Hey pups, Arby here, and welcome back to another pup review. Today's review is on the very weird but very awesome classic Nicktoon, Invader Zim. Invader Zim was created by John Venquiz. I apologize deeply if I mispronounced that. Who's best known for his comics Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and his spin-off comics Squee and I Feel Sick. Invader Zim also turned into a comic a few years later after its cancellation. And the guy even lended his voices to the show. How awesome is he? The show is about everyone's fave little green boy, Zim, voiced by Richard Horvitz. I probably mispronounced that as well, and I apologize. He's also known for his voices as Daggett from Angry Beavers, and Billy from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Squirrel Boy from Squirrel Boy. Zim is on Mission Doom 2 and is sent to Earth by the Almighty Tallest, voiced by Wally Wangett. Known for his voices for Yuichiro Kumada. I mispronounced that as well, and I deeply apologize if I mispronounce it or butcher it. I'm not good with pronouncing names, I'm so sorry. From Sailor Moon, An Alien, Goober, and the Reptile Man from Rugrats, and Alex the Lion from the Madagascar video game, and Kevin McDonald, who also voices Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch, Ivan from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Mr. Medulla from Sky High, Baxter and Flaky from Back at the Barnyard, Dr. Frog from Fish Hooks, Barry from the Penguins of Madagascar, and so much more. I love Kevin McDonald. He is awesome. Alongside Zim is the fan favorite little robot, Gurr, voiced by Ricky Simmons, who also voices Bloody the Pizza Hog, and many characters from Mighty Magiswords, as Zim's adorably dim-witted robot assistant. Come on, you gotta love Gurr. He loves piggies, he loves pizza, he loves just about everything. I actually get a lot of comments saying that I'm just like Gurr, and I can see why. Why was there bacon in the soup? I made it myself! That's my favorite Gurr moment. And while most humans don't see through Zim's disguises right away, Dib, voiced by Andy Berman, who is not known for very much voice acting, but produced Mirror Mirror, wrote, and directs some episodes of Psyched, a supernatural sci-fi enthusiast, isn't fooled so easily and always tries to stop Zim's plots to rule and destroy Earth. His sister, Gaz, voiced by Melissa Fan, who also lent her voices in Ren and Stimpy, Cowboy Bebop, Digimon, OKKO Let's Be Heroes, and Persona 4 Gold, thinks Zim's bad at trying to invade and rule Earth. Although she's often short-tempered and cares little about people, her few interests, such as pizza and video games, can show her soft side occasionally. And let's not forget their father, Professor Membrane, voiced by Roger Bombast, also known as Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants, is a very famous and important scientist, and though he has little time for Dib and Gaz, he still loves him regardless. And finally, Ms. Bitters, voiced by the late Lucille Bliss, also known for her voice as Anastasia from Disney's Cinderella, is Zim and Dib's old grumpy teacher and has little to no positivity and has a severe demonic hatred for things such as the sun, kids, and basically life in general. She was actually pulled from Squee, and she's a pretty perfect Invader Zim character. Now, don't get me wrong, she could be good in Squee, but she's better off as an Invader Zim character. Come on. Y'all saw that coming. From me, in my opinion. Yeah, let's move on. The show itself has some pretty funny and dark moments, and the animation was beautifully clean and gave off John's comic feel incredibly well. With some of its dark moments, just like with Ren and Stimpy, no one would believe that it was a show on Nickelodeon. Well, the same could be said for The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, due to it being on Cartoon Network. Sadly, the show ended in 2006, and there's a lot of rumors about its cancellation. One being the Bloody Gurr Easter egg hidden in the show when Nick refused a Bloody Gurr scene or episode. Another one being a murderer mentioning the episode Dark Harvest as a sick joke of sorts. And if you don't know about the murder, well, I don't remember the man's specific name, but he ended up murdering a woman in the most goriest and most graphic way possible. And when he was in court, he said, "Oh, the Dark Harvest made me do it because it enhanced my fascination for organs." Dude, what the heck? If you want more about that story, I'll leave some links in the description. But I warn you, it is very graphic, very scary, and very dark and depressing. Trust me. And believe it or not, one of my favorite music artists, Riolu, had touched on the subject, thinking, oh, is it a goth murder? Is it a rap murder? I'll leave a link to that video as well. Riolu, I love you. But the real reason behind its cancellation was because of the low ratings the show had. 17 years later, Invader Zim will have its own TV movie, one I'm heavily excited for. Though it has shown a few teasers here and there, we still don't know a release date. But, knowing John, I'm thinking that he will make this series go out with a bang. Even though I still have like one issue of the comic, I need to get more of them. Speaking of which, the Invader Zim comic series, while new and different, still holds up for its comedy, darkness, and art style. And it does bring back a lot of memories. And I do mean a lot of memories. Yes, I watched Invader Zim when I was younger. Yes, I was a weird kid. Yes, I still like that show. Yes, I love that show as a kid. Just yes. What? I couldn't watch Nick Jr., Cartoon Network, or Rugrats all day. I couldn't watch any kid-friendly stuff all the time. I need a little darkness in my life, guys. Need a little darkness. Although Invader Zim was kind of a kid's show, but you get the point. Overall, Invader Zim is a weird, dark comedy for kids, teens, and adults alike. And I love it! Although it lasted only 2 seasons and 5 years on Nick, it's still a dark childhood classic for all Invader Zim fans and all Nicktoons fans. As for me, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5, and that is a very good rating. I miss that show. Today's fan art is by Wolfie the Kitsune, and they did a marvelous job on this piece. As always, links are in the description, so feel free to check them out. I'll see you later, pups. This is RP reminding you to stay awesome, stay strong, and stay beautiful.